Now let's take a look at this figure 21-42, and it deals with a can pump. And notice that you have a single process seal, or you could have a barrier there, and then you have this ventilated enclosure with termination bus bars and lugs that if the system fails, then as a liquid flows through here, it drains here. And then 501.17 1 and 3 shows the drainage so that you can see that your system has failed. And the note tells you, it says, if a single process seal should fail, a visible leakage or, an alarm, whistle, or other means of monitoring shall be provided in accordance with 501.17 1 and 3. Now notice I could also use, I'm putting a seal here within 10 feet of the boundary. If you had an MI cable, it could be installed, a single process and cable or conduit. But notice the MI cable now, you'd have to go to NFPA 497 and look at table 4.4.2 and get the pressure of the particular gas, vapor, or liquid you're dealing with, and take 125% of that pressure. And then your MI cable will be designed on that value, giving you a 25% cushion, where we used to use 100%. And notice 501.17.2 tells us that. But in other words, we used to take about a foot, sometimes they might even use 2 foot, and we'd use the MI cable at just 100% of its rating. And they found, to be sure, with some of the pressures on these can pumps today, that they'd add in 25% more as a cushion, just give you that extra cushion you would need. So that's what this section is talking about in 501.17 1 and 2, is to have a leakage mean, as you see in the illustration. And notice you have bus bars here where you're terminating and everything, which is that, remember, is legal to be done when we looked at our sealing process for taps, any kind of taps, splices, anything like that, that we could do that. So as the note says, it's either you have a process seal, and if it should fail, then a visible leakage or an audible whistle or other means acceptable to the authority having jurisdiction shall be provided in accordance with 501.17 1 and 3. So that's pretty clear that one process seal. Now, we a lot of times where it's low enough energy, intrinsically safe barrier could be used. But you have to have a barrier there, and then you would have this backup that you would use here. And that's what this illustration and figure 21-40, 42 is trying to illustrate to the user of the NEC.